Now, sometimes life has a strange way of separating people, especially twins, because even though Nina and Simone shared the same face, they were no longer living the same life, not even close. While Simone was trying to survive the streets and raise her son, Nina had stepped into a world very few people knew anything about. Simone's life was simple, hard, but simple. She worked nights as a DJ at a club downtown. The music was loud, the lights were dim, and every night people came there trying to escape something. But when Simone went home, her whole world was a little boy named Marky. Marky was only 2 years old, curly hair, big eyes, always smiling when he saw his mama walk through the door. Simone didn't care how tired she was. When she picked him up and he wrapped those little arms around her neck, everything else in the world stopped mattering. Now Nina's life looked very different. Nobody in Simone's world really knew what Nina did for a living. Matter of fact, most people barely knew Nina at all. She lived in a modern condo on the other side of the city. Quiet building, private parking, the kind of place where neighbors minded their business. Inside Nina's condo, everything looked normal. A nice living room, modern kitchen, clean white walls, but behind a hidden door in the hallway was a room nobody would ever expect. A room filled with locked cases, screens, and equipment that definitely didn't belong in an ordinary apartment. That same night, Simone was at the police station after the shooting. Nina stood quietly in that room, watching footage from the club parking lot on a screen. Every angle, every second, she watched the fight. She watched the crowd scatter, and she watched the moment the gun went off. Nina didn't look surprised. She didn't panic. She simply crossed her arms and stared at the screen, like someone who had been expecting trouble for a long time. Then she quietly picked up her phone and made a call. Meanwhile, across the city, Simone was finally leaving the police station, exhausted, heartbroken, holding back tears. She had no idea that someone was already working behind the scenes to find out what really happened that night, and she definitely didn't know that the person pulling those strings was her own sister. Now, if you want to keep hearing these street chronicles, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because baby, the streets always got another story.